A shooting in a Rhode Island hockey rink. Details coming up on this episode of the MC Tutol Show.
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule because you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, because I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast, and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts, and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring, and George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil, chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk and doubt it, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
Let me tell y'all why my legs are crossed like this real quick, okay? From now on, I'm crossing my legs like this because all these white people started calling me Big Mike after my dong started dangling in my pants when I was dancing on the Ellen show. If I don't cross my legs like this, you gonna think I got 3 legs up in here. So white people, you don't get to see my dangling dong no more.
You're watching the MC Tutol Show with your hardcore, fierce, and sexy host that is never gross, MC Tutol. A shooting took place in a Rhode Island hockey rink. And apparently it was a high school hockey game. Parents, family, of course, showed up to this thing. And one of the hockey parents pulls out a gun, shoots his ex-wife, one of his own kids. I believe 3 bystanders are critically wounded. A Samaritan steps in, wrestles the gun out of his hand. The shooter then pulls out another gun, taking his own life. And this bro is Robert Dorgan, age 56, father of 6. And say it again, he showed up to his son's hockey game in women's garb, shooting his ex-wife and one of his own children. And tragic event, of course, but he was dressed in women's clothing and he identified as Roberta Dorgan. So he would get really, really mad if you didn't put the at the end of his name. And this is, what is it with these people named Robert? Wasn't the shooter in Minnesota a trans person named Robert? Yeah, it's pretty interesting that there's a pattern with people named Robert that either are trans or they're messing with somebody who's trans and they become violent shooters. And so this is really an interesting thing. And it's like, when you do this gender reassignment stuff, males are aggressive, females are emotional, okay? Now, when you pump women's hormones into a man, you have a being that is both aggressive and emotional. And that imbalance or brings up both emotions, and you have things like this. You have violent, emotional people that start shooting up hockey rinks, shooting their own family, their own children. You know, imagine somebody who's supposed to be your protector and provider. That's what the father role is in the house. And somebody who's supposed to be your protector and provider, You're at an outing, you're supposed to be cheering your brother, and that person whose role it is to be your protector and provider shows up dressed as a broad and kills you. I wonder what was going through that child's mind. It must have been horrific, those last seconds, or that last split second even. And this person had a lot going on besides the gender confusion, or gender dysphoria as they call it. Because, will you take a look at this? What the hell is that on his arm? It's a Totemkampf, which is the death camps. It's a symbol for the death camps in Nazi Germany. And in the background is the SS logo. The two S's made to look kind of like lightning bolts. Yeah, that is Nazi symbolism. This person's walking around with Nazi symbolism. So that wasn't a red flag. Somebody with a friggin' Nazi tattoo says, "I think I'm a woman." And no red flags there. Apparently, when Robert went to his wife and said, I think I'm a woman," or whatever, he said he went for his gender reassignment. They say he even went for gender reassignment surgery. Now, that could be facial feminization, that could be breast augmentation, that could be vaginoplasty, which it means they flip your dick a certain type of way, turn it inside out, and somehow make a mock pussy out of it. So he went for some kind of surgery, supposedly. Obviously not the facial feminization surgery. Bro's got a strong jaw, needed a better razor, very brutish looking. This is a big, brutish looking bro who felt like he was a woman, and nobody got him the right psychiatric care to tell him, cut that out. And I think there's a lot of people out there that suffer with this gender dysphoria. And of course, there's self-diagnosing copycats that will claim they have gender. So basically, this Robert Dorgan was an animal, a prick. And you could see him responding to people on X, I think it is. They're talking about Sarah McBride, formerly Tim McBride. Somebody posted saying that Sarah McBride is a man, and he responded, something to the effect of, "This is why we go berserk." You see it on your screen there. But nonetheless, this maniac was given a gun, and this is what's going to happen. People are going to blame the guns. Actually, the left is going to blame the guns. The right is going to blame transgenderism as a whole. And to the people on the right, I'm going to give the example of Blair White, a responsible adult with firearms who is trans. And there's more of her, I believe, than there are people like Robert Dorgan. But the ones who make the headlines are going to be the ones who do the shootings, of course. And they're going to blame the guns to allow for these people that shouldn't be getting this treatment. These are like Buffalo Bills, where they shouldn't be passing any psychiatric tests, or they should be given psychiatric tests and failed and not given the reassignment because of how wackadoo they really are. And, if they have to go to jail for trying to make a skin suit, then that's what has to be done then. But these maniacs are out there, and it's being encouraged, while the Second Amendment will then fall under question yet again. Second Amendment is an inalienable right given to us by God as acknowledged in the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights. And I'm going to end it right there, and you just think about that for a second. Chew on that for a day. Respect God. Watch out for the Illuminati. Like, follow, share, comment, subscribe, stay strong, keep kicking ass legacy. Your boy in the building, hip-hop legend, recording engineer, underground rock and roll hero, MC Too Tall. You be safe out there.